In this tutorial, we're going to flash the red LED a few more times, but we are going to use a for loop to do this. For loops are very useful for repeating a chunk of code. Go ahead and type this code up into your Picaxe editor and try it out. Okay, let's take a look at this code and check out how it works. So we know this bit of code inside the for loop turns the red LED on for 250 milliseconds and then turns it off for 250 milliseconds. The for command starts a loop with b0 as a variable. So b0 can take on any value that we set it to initially. It is set to 0. And this code will run until b0 has the value of 4. So the loop will execute the code inside the for loop, and then when we get to the next b0, that will increase the value of b0 by 1. Best way to see this is with an example. So we're going to run this code now as a simulation. The yellow arrow on the side shows the line of code that the microcontroller will be executing. So it starts in main and then it gets to the for command, and we can see at the moment the variable b0. This shows the current value of that variable. So as we step through the code, that is now set to 0. And then we're going to flash that LED once. And then when we get to the next command, that increases the value of B1. So now it's set to 1. And as we run through this again, that will flash the LED. And we'll keep flashing the LED and increasing the value of the variable B0 until it gets to 4. And so this time, when we get to the next command, because B0 is already at the end value, in the next step it will exit the for loop. And then we have our pause for 1000 milliseconds. And then we get the go to main command, so that goes back up to main and starts the whole thing all over again. So let's have a look at a longer example. So this code has got 2 for loops in it. So the red LED will flash 4 times and then pause for a second and flash 6 times. And then we can have a look at a slightly more complicated piece of coding where we have a for loop inside another for loop, and this is called a nested for loop. You can type this code up on your Picaxe and try it out and see what it does.